Hi, I'm Sabrina from Seven Kingdoms.
And this is Camden from Seven Kingdoms.
And you're listening to
the Brutally Delicious Podcast.
How are you, my friends?
Hey,
Good.
how you doing?
Are you?
Good. How's it going?
Oh, another day in paradise.
Yeah, you guys are in paradise though. You're still down in Florida, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I lived in St. Pete for about 15 years. I miss it there.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I like your background, by the way.
Thank
That's
you.
super dope. I have a picture with them that you might appreciate that I'll show you later before we end.
Oh, with him actually?
Yeah, that's super
Nice.
dope.
Have you guys? I don't know if you pay much attention to the Blabbermouth News. Did you see their new controversy?
No.
They got totally busted in Belgium 2 nights ago with tracks playing.
Oh,
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I wish I could say that surprises me.
Yeah, Paul was about 20 feet from the mic, and his vocals came screaming across the PA.
Oh.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Whoopsie. Anyway,
Yeah.
Thanks for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're
of
welcome.
course.
Thank you for giving us an opportunity to hang out with you.
So let's talk about Seven Kingdoms. Zenith is we're about a week out.
Yep.
Yes.
Totally crowdfunded, and you guys were super successful in the crowdfunding thing. I know that's a difficult task in itself because lots of people fail, and you guys went well above your goal.
Yeah, we hit every single goal that we set forward.
Yeah, it was. I still have no idea what happened. I mean, I'm super happy that people wanted to support us. I just think that a lot of times, like those kind of moments, is where the fans get to speak on, what their favorite music is.
Yeah.
Right. No, I mean, then that's something to pat yourselves on the back with, because I talk to so many people, and I've even dipped my toes in the water of trying to do those Kickstarter things or whatever, and never had this success. And you guys seem to have had like amazing success. So it's got to be really cool to have that fan base behind you, supporting you all the way.
Yeah, it's definitely relieving, and it makes it hard to not do it.
Yeah.
For us, So it put us in a weird position to where, even before we'd had the deal with Napalm on like several years ago, it was I was very reluctant to even sign it. But here we are back doing it.
That's cool. So what was the writing process like for Zenith? Was it a little bit different now because of all the nonsense that we've all gone through, or were you still able to get together and write?
I feel like we got together more often when everything was locked down than we did before. So I feel like you're hearing what it sounds like when we have time to write together.
So you think it's a bit different than it was in the past? You've all were able to just settle down. I guess Florida was the Wild West as well, right? So you could get kind of...
Yeah, we weren't like, I mean, we I guess the PC way to say it is that we were we had our bubble, and the band was in our bubble, so we were all generally exposed to one another
on a regular basis.
So
like every weekend.
Yeah, so
Right.
that was some of the people we were in a bubble with. You know what I mean? And we didn't really see too many other people around that time besides the band, and that was pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
How much pressure do you think was put on you with having to live up to the obligations of the Kickstarter in writing these songs and making this record? Was there a sort of expectation?
I mean, I feel like we have expectations on ourselves, but if you focus on what everybody wants, you'll never be able to satisfy everyone. So we just we gave what we had, and this is what it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, every record we try to, we're not super like held down by anyone but ourselves. Mm-hmm. So we just we like these songs, especially at this point in time. We at least Kevin, Keith, and I will get the music done to the point where it's presentable with fake drums and stuff like that, and then Sabrina gets to listen to it, and then Sabrina wonderfully always likes almost everything that we do, so I'll play her a song. Oh yeah. You know what I mean? So she's never like, I don't like this. She's pretty much always finds something she likes about it. So it's a very easy process for the four of us to work together at this point. And we just did what we do with the experience that we know going into it from the last one coming out of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a lot of that you remember, like, oh, we should do this time, and
we learned.
Yeah, it's just each album is a compilation of experience, essentially, just through and through in every which way.
Right. Do you find it difficult not rewriting the same record? Does that make sense?
Yes, actually. Yeah. So like Decennium is probably the hardest album for me. And I feel like Decennium should probably be like something that I continually try to get to, but not all at once. I feel like Decennium is a specific kind of album. This is going to be a different kind of album. The Fire Is Mine was different. And I feel like it's important to have your sound, but also not be afraid to take
risks.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be. Some people would consider it risks. Actually, other interviews have been like, you guys took risks that we've never heard. And I was like, oh.
It was a risk.
I get it. It was a risk. You know what I mean? So,
but either way, it's intentional, right? I mean, you're intentionally trying not to do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain like we like to do like callbacks where you can be like, that was in so and so song or something, that make you think of a certain song. But we try very hard to not continually write the same thing, because then there's nothing new about us.
Yeah,
right.
Even if there's only so many chord progressions essentially before you become like a hardcore prog band. Right. So it's just like there's a million ways to do those, and you just have to find a creative way that sounds like it. That makes it sound different. I mean, if you were to take the basic chord progression of some of these songs, you would find them everywhere, but it doesn't sound like that because of the way that everything else besides the guitar is written, right, essentially.
Is there something you want your fans to take away from after seeing or after listening to Zenith, or really seeing Seven Kingdoms live? Because I know you guys are on the road or just got off the road.
I just want everyone to find, as far as the new album goes, or any of our old songs, find a song that, like you vibe with, and like all of them have their storyline that they were based on, but we try to write it in a way that like people who are going through different situations can like also relate, so it's not,
we're not so specific on the lyrics to where the listener can't make their own interpretation out of it based off of their own life experience.
We just want people to be able to find like, like we don't take ourselves seriously because life is real serious, and,
right,
and everybody needs a song to get through it, and so we're hoping that, our fans take away, at least one theme song to some moment in their life.
Yeah. And then live, we just try to make sure that we're like the anti-prog band, essentially. Just like, well, just not anti-prog, but just the polar opposite of what, some very serious, I just say prog band. It doesn't have to be a prog, but, someone that takes the music so serious, and like, you have to have a degree to listen to it, or like you have to have like, you leave in an emotional wreck. You know what I mean? It's just,
if you leave in an emotional wreck, regardless, that's good because they got you. But
still, it should be a relieving, happy, weight off your shoulders kind of experience. You know what I mean? Like
music should be fun.
Yes, it should. Like, that's why I do the cheeseburger thing, because why not? I mean, that's funny.
So I hate to quote the immortal prophet Bret Michaels, but nothing but a good time, right?
Yeah, entirely. Yes.
Especially since we're all going through a bunch of nonsense collectively. Music is a great escape, I think, and people need that. You don't want to go and be too serious, I don't think. I mean, maybe
we want people to completely forget about everything that's going on except for the stage.
Yeah, just a moment in time, just have fun, kind of thing.
With us, kind of thing.
Right. Everyone needs that escape, and I think you guys succeed in that really well. You guys recorded, or did you do recording at Morris as well, or was it just mixing?
No, we did this whole album at Morris Sound Studios.
How much do you think the history and the legacy of Mars sound plays into the Seven Kingdom sound? Because there's a history there.
So I have to say that I love that the Morris Sound history has ingrained itself into Seven Kingdoms, because like when you go to Morris Sound and you record music there, they care. Like Jim is like very like, if you want me to help you make it be the best thing, I'm gonna throw ideas at you, and me and Jim just like.
Jim's definitely gone above and beyond. I mean, he's basically like
he's a member of Seven Kingdoms for us.
Band. I mean, not on paper, but in our hearts. You know what I mean?
He's somebody that like when I'm in the studio, like the best thing about me and Jim's relationship is Jim says, you should do something like this. And I'm like, okay. And then I do something like that. And then he's like, yeah, that was great. Like that's our relationship, it's like, or he'll, bouncing ideas off each other. And then I'll come at him like, Jim, this might sound completely weird, but let's try this, like we have this, like, it's,
he has a gift for just working with people.
And he is, if you don't have a good time with Jim Morris, you're trying.
You're trying to.
You're trying right. Because he is one of the most genuine, like I call him dad, because I think he's,
he's definitely been
he's top notch to me.
I've never seen the newer version of Mars Sound. I remember the old version. I've been there a few times, and those are hallowed halls. So you guys are amongst some of the greats in the metal world, right?
Yeah, if you watch Water Dance or Diamond Handed, you can see More Sound, the new one.
Yeah, that's the new one.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I've seen some pictures from some of your Instagram shots or whatever. Somewhere along the way, I've seen them. It's
beautiful. It looks like you're in a submarine.
Really? Is it pretty close to where it was last time?
Yeah, it's kind of,
yeah.
Like, I don't know, probably no more than 5 miles, maybe.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So what?
Seminole.
Yeah, it looks like a really nice room.
It's beautiful.
What do you guys have planned for the road? I know you just came off a semi-short tour. You guys planning on heading back out again?
We were scheduled to go back out on tour with some undisclosed bands in October, but that got postponed until I believe April and May next year. Okay. So right now we're just waiting on the details and the confirmation for that. But I believe from what our agent says, it's going to happen. So we're just waiting for that. I mean, we just got off all of these tours, and I mean, in our Unleash the Archers, the 2 rounds were good, were very, very good. The Beast in Black tour was very good. I just did TM work for Hypocrisy and did that tour with them. And basically the end of the Beast in Black, into the Hypocrisy stuff, there's so many bands out on the road right now that you're seeing people not have enough money to go.
Right.
And seeing that, especially in like death metal.
Yeah, they really have to choose.
So many tours going on right now that, like, it's essentially the Wild West again. It's you're not able to even have an educated guess on how many people come, because it could be a fluke one day and then everybody shows up and vice versa. So I'm kind of glad that we're going to take the fall off, even though the record's coming out right now. We should be touring.
It'll give time to people to marinate with it.
I think by the time we end up on tour, people will have digested Zenith already and will be really hungry to see it. So I'm kind of glad. It's like a reaction. It's like people don't have shows, so then they're really excited,
right?
And then that peak, then it goes straight down, and I think we're on the way to the very bottom right now.
I mean, to be fair, everybody got to make money too, right? They got to get out there. They've been cooped up for 2 years.
Yeah. I think a lot of that money's already been spent. So I think a lot of people need to basically just be at home. Hopefully for the fall, and just I think maybe by the end of next year, it's summertime, you'll start seeing a more consistent
right
throughout every tour.
When we were in Spain, the one thing that we learned is that over there, a lot like the age bracket to work, you get cut off. And so when we were over there, I learned that sometimes those people had to save all year to buy one ticket. And, then they couldn't even buy the merch when they got there. So like you see people literally at the merch table, like I paid for the ticket and I'm here to see this band, but now I like this band. And like, they're like literally going through the, so right. It's just like, I believe that if money wasn't an object, people would be like blowing up every single night,
Sure.
and that's the thing that we're seeing is that, you know, people apologize for not being able to spend money, you know, at your merch table, and it's just kind of like, you know, we have merch stores for a reason. If you can't buy it here, you can buy it from us later, you know. So it's like one of those things that, like, it's sad when someone apologizes for not being able to do more.
Right. But I guess when gas is $6 a gallon or whatever it is, and you've traveled to see your favorite band and spent the money for the ticket, there's very little left. So
Yeah.
everyone's in
No,
a
I mean,
predicament.
even on the band side, I mean, just like the on the road, our merch prices went up because it's the only way we can
Pay for the
afford
gas.
the gas, and everything else is a little more expensive, you know, post COVID.
Right.
So I think all of that, I'm hoping all of that evens out, you know, a little bit, just because I would like to think it can't stay like this kind of things. So, I mean, I've seen, you know, $4 or $5 a gallon stuff before, then it comes down, it comes up, then it comes down.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think we're just, nationwide, not even just the music industry, just everything. There's a weird kind of supply and demand kind of thing going on, just trying to even out because of what happened in the last 2 years.
Right. Are you guys planning on doing like staying with the new, especially since you're going to be off for the fall, are you planning on staying with the new business model of like different singles every 6 weeks or something to keep things fresh?
Oh.
We won't release new music, but we will have music videos for all of the songs. So like I said, I think Love Dagger is going to come out on the 17th. That's already done. That's been sitting on YouTube for like 3 months.
Yeah.
So like that'll come out. I have to finish editing Chasing the Mirage. That's already almost filmed. I think we'll probably have to film a tiny little bit more.
Are you doing all the work yourself?
And most of it, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I mean, so that was one thing too, back, you know, when basically after we got our Napalm deal, like we were spending, you know, they gave us a video budget, but like essentially we didn't have that in house like we do now. Right. And essentially, you know, we over the pandemic, we invested in the video gear to do those things, and then the ability to learn it, shoot it correctly, and then just learn it. So I crash coursed myself for a while. Met a friend of mine who has a video business, and then we kind of joined forces in a way. Nice. And then now we can do videos. We can do these videos much cheaper. Right. It's a more work for me essentially, but like we get a lot. The dollar goes 4 or 5 times further than just, you know, hey, like here's a $3,000 check. We need a music video. You know what I mean?
Right. But plus also vision is yours too, right? So you've got the vision, and then it's more
that's what I was
of your thing.
Yeah, I mean, we've done all, you know, a bunch of types of music videos, and it's just, this is even though it's more work, this is definitely a better thing. I mean, all the videos that we've done so far, I've done with Jimmy. I do most of the editing. He films, make sure it's done right, and then, you know, essentially I will get it done, and then he will like kind of correct little things here and there, and he's the fresh eyes for me. He's the senior guy, you know what I mean? Right. But I do all like the hits, and he says, hey, you know, this will make it look cleaner, tighter, and just kind of finesses it essentially before we go out. Mm-hmm. So it's been a really good way for us to make sure we have a ton of video content. I mean, we haven't had a bunch in the last couple of months because I've been gone, but I mean, like I said, we're pretty much now into the end of next week. Like we're going to go completely nuts, just getting just content for the publicists and stuff like that, just so they can share.
And we also are doing Twitches every once in a while. Like
Twitch has become a big thing too.
Yes, we do a lot of like Kevin and Camden like to work out together. Then we'll do we call it the cream stream when Keith is here because he's the drummer and he likes milk, and that became a thing.
That's ridiculous.
And then I'm the
whatever
burger
gets
queen.
People listening, right, or watching.
It's weird. The Twitch community has given us a bunch of like, if you're not there, like, and we say some of the like dumb, crazy shit that like has happened on Twitch, people are like, huh? But then like, you know, there's a lot of like inside jokes and funny things that have happened on Twitch. It's definitely its own community, but I mean, we were able to actually Grant from Alicia Archers kind of got us into Twitch, and they basically like shoved us into our Twitch life, and then we
found a lot of fans.
We immediately had a fan base basically by the second time we went out on tour.
Yeah,
just from Yeah, it was crazy. I've never experienced anything like it. So I mean, that's actually able to kind of that adds a revenue stream for us at this point, kind of right off the bat, which was wild. Like every time we get a Twitch deposit, we're like, I mean, it's either, it's not a ton of money right now, but like, it's just like we did nothing besides just hang out and like there's money, you know what I mean, which is wild. So that's just one other thing that helps us get further down the road, Yeah,
we're going to do in the next few days, Keith and Kevin are coming up and we're going to do a live stream where we're going to actually pack the Kickstarter things together with them on Twitch. Yeah. Yeah. It's a very interactive thing. So people all around the world can view and interact with us. They'll put the comments and stuff down and we read them and then it's live. And so, there's not a ton of bands that do that as a band now. Usually what happens is you have like the singer has their Twitch account and the guitar player has their Twitch account. So ours is the band. So like that's what's more of a channel, you know what I mean? So essentially down the road, our goal with that is to like, eventually, you have Keith's day and then Sabrina's day and then my day, Kevin's day. And then another day, Kevin and I have our lifting session. Maybe Sabrina does this karaoke thing like you've been doing once a month. Mm-hmm. And then that way there's constantly like a schedule, but we just have to have the time and a little bit more money to get up.
Right. Well, I've run up against my questions. Did I miss anything you want to cover?
Oh, no. I mean, we're just sitting here trying to talk to as many people about the record as we can before it comes out.
What was your thought? Did you get to sit with it?
Yeah, I actually loved it. And my reviewer posted we posted a review of it, I think yesterday or the day before.
Oh yeah, on YouTube.
No, okay, that was cool.
He absolutely loved it. So yeah, we're big fans from way back. If fans want to find you, Seven Kingdoms everywhere.
Yeah, basically it's Seven Kingdoms official on Facebook and Instagram, I believe. The YouTube channel is Seven Kingdoms 1, like number 1, just because
Seven Kingdoms was taken.
Yeah. And I think our Twitch is Seven Kingdoms official. What's the Twitter? She's the Twitter queen.
7KSK official because our original one got hacked, and so did my Facebook recently. So I don't exist on Facebook right now because
we still have to change.
The same thing happened to Voyager like a couple weeks before me. So
thank you, my friend. It was good seeing you again.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Good luck with the record. Be well, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Bye.
Bye.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.